Welcome to the ultimate guide to backtesting. If you're serious about becoming a profitable trader, then backtesting is something that you cannot afford to skip. So in this video, we're going to cover why traders backtest and why skipping it can cost you, the importance of backtesting and how it can affect your results, what problem backtesting actually solves, and finally, I'm going to show you a full walkthrough of how to backtest inside TradeZella. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to backtest properly and how to use data to refine your strategies, build confidence, and trade smarter. So let's go ahead and jump in. Picture this, you find a strategy on YouTube that looks insanely profitable and you think, that's it, this is my edge. You jump straight into live trading, win a few trades, and then boom, all of a sudden, 3 losses in a row. Your confidence is gone, you start to tweak things, adjust your stop losses, change your indicators, and before you know it, your account is bleeding and you have no idea why. Sound familiar? That's what happens when you trade without backtesting and you don't have proven data to back up your strategy. Now, imagine this instead. You've tested your strategy on thousands of trades using all sorts of different market conditions. You know your win rate, drawdowns, and profitability before risking any real money. You know your best trade times, which sessions and hours yield for the highest profitable results. You know which instruments suit your strategy best. You analyze your risk to reward ratios and refine your position sizing for maximum edge. And from now on, you enter every trade with confidence backed by real hard data with no emotions or guesswork. Backtesting eliminates the unknowns. Instead of guessing if your strategy works, you actually have the real hard, cold data to prove that it does. All right, so let's jump into TradeZella and set up our first backtesting session. So now that we're actually on TradeZella, you want to head over to the left here and you can see this sidebar. Now the sidebar is split into 4 different sections. So first of all, we've got tracking. This is where you store and journal all of your live trades. The backtesting section, where we've got a whole dedicated dashboard just for backtesting, mentor mode, and university. So let's jump into the backtesting section. So straight away here, when we get into the backtesting area, you'll see that you've got a sessions page, which shows you all your prior sessions, which you can easily just press play session to continue. And you've got some widgets here that tells you the total data that you backtested, your session win percentage, your trade win percentage, and the time that you spent backtesting. As well over here, you can see the actual time you spent on each individual day of backtesting. Let's also take a look at some of the other pages inside the backtesting area. So you've got your dedicated dashboard. You can come here and see all of your backtesting stats. You can see things like your Zella score, your profit factor, your day win percentage, your average win to loss ratio. As well as that, you can also filter this page to show any individual backtesting sessions. So if I come up to filters here, press backtesting and then backtesting session, I can select from any one of my backtesting sessions. As well as that, you can also filter by playbooks, date and time, tags, and then pretty much anything you can think of really. So you can filter by specific long or short trades, specific instruments, open or closed trades, anything you can think of, you can filter it inside TradeZella. And then we've got the trades page where you can come here and see a list of all your trades that you've taken in backtesting. And if you want to click into any of these trades to see even further stats or make notes or add any tags, you can do that as well. You've also got a dedicated notebook just for backtesting. So if you want to come here and review any of the backtesting sessions you've done, you can do that. And you can also see all of your notes from inside your backtesting sessions. As well as that, we've also got playbooks. You can come to the playbook page and see all of your playbooks and their stats. And then finally, we've got reports. Now, if you come to the reports page, you'll be able to see detailed analytics around all of your trades within backtesting. Now, inside reports, you can see a brief overview of all your stats. So you can see things like the number of break-even trades versus the number of losing or winning trades, your average winning day, your average losing day, the number of break-even trades that you're taking, your average R multiple versus your realized R multiple. All these sorts of different stats, you can see a breakdown of here on the overview page. And then you can also dive into things like what days are the most profitable for you to trade, what weeks, what months, the specific trade times that you're most profitable, specific trade durations that you're most profitable, the prices, the volumes, the instruments that you're most profitable in, your R multiple, your position sizing, and then tags as well. Tags is a feature that you can use whilst backtesting in TradeZella to get even deeper analytics into your trades, which I'm going to walk you through shortly. But now let's go ahead and create a session and jump into some backtesting. So there's 2 ways that you can create a new backtesting session. You can either come to the sidebar here on the left and press create session, or you can go onto the sessions page and press create session here in the top right. So let's start off by naming our first backtesting session. Let's call this our first backtesting session. And you can also fill in the description and connect your playbook. So let's go ahead and connect my trading masterpiece here. And then you can obviously choose between Forex, stocks, crypto, and futures. So in this case, let's do a futures backtesting session. I'm going to select NQ here, and MES to backtest. And let's go ahead and enter the start balance of 100,000. And let's go ahead and select the dates that we want to backtest here. So let's go ahead and select February 2023, February the 13th to February the 10th, 2025. And let's go ahead and hit create session. You can actually backtest up to 5 different assets at the same time and go back over a decade's worth of data. You can do all of this on any time frame, including the 1 second chart. So now that we're actually inside our backtesting session, let's go and set it up to how we like it. Now, first things first, let's right click, go to settings and change our chart colors to match our preferences. So I'm just going to select green and black here. And just as a note, any of the chart color preferences you save, everything will be automatically auto saved. So the next time you come back into this session, all of your preferences will remain the same. We can change the background color, and we can even select between regular trading hours and extended trading hours just down here in the right. I'm also going to go ahead and pull up the MES chart right next to the NQ chart. That way I can watch them both as price plays out. So if I just come up to the top right, press this button, I can choose up to 8 different charts at the same time. But I just want 2 for this session. So I'm just going to select this 2 and then change this chart in the top left to be MES. And now I've got MES and NQ next to each other. And I'm just going to adjust this MES chart to be slightly smaller because I mostly want to focus on NQ. So now let's go ahead and use the go to feature to dive into our session. So I'm just going to press go to, and then I'm going to start our New York session. So now I'm at New York session. And before I forget, let's add some of my custom indicators as I'm going to be using them for this backtesting session. So let's go indicators. Let's have the sessions indicator and also the fair value gap indicator. All right, cool. So now we've set everything up and we're ready to start trading. So here I want to be really precise about my entry. So what I'm going to do is go down onto the seconds time frame. So I'm just going to select the 30-second time frame here. Now that I'm on the 30-second time frame, what I also want to do is I want to watch this candle print and I want to see how it forms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the 1 second here and put it on 1x speed. And now I'm going to be watching this as if it was a live market. Really allows me to step up my game whilst executing. Now, because I'm on the seconds time frame and I'm watching the candle print live, I need to act fast. So what I'm going to do is use this quick buy and sell option down here. I'm going to quickly sell 2 contracts here. I'm just going to quickly drag my stop loss and my take profit. And now let's speed this up and see how this plays out. Okay, awesome. Looks like we hit take profit on that one. Okay, so here I've actually noticed a different playbook setup, different to the one that I'm currently backtesting. So what I'm going to do is take this trade using the long/short tool. So I'll just come over to the left, select my long position here, mark out my long/short tool, drag out the stop loss and drag the TP. And then when I go to the order panel over here on the right, I can just press advanced order and I can just press 1% and it's going to automatically fill in my stop loss and TP and work out my risk for this trade. So let's go ahead and enter this. So now that I've entered this trade, what I want to do is, because this is a different trading setup to the one that I'm currently backtesting, I'm going to edit the playbook for this trade in the backtesting session. Currently I'm trading my trading masterpiece. All I want to do is press add here, untick my trading masterpiece, and then put in my supply, demand and liquidity playbook. And then I can go ahead and tick off my rules for this playbook. Okay, so now what I also want to do is I want to enter my tags. So with tags, you can tag trades as you go. So in this case, I'm just going to tag this entry off. I've got a 5-minute demand zone here. I'm just going to tag that. And I'm also entering on the 5-minute chart. Also just going to go ahead and fill in my confidence level for this trade. I've got quite high confidence, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that as well. Tagging whilst backtesting allows you to test multiple setups in a single session, rather than having to create 10 different backtesting sessions. You can then track your best entry time frame, your highest probability areas of interest, market conditions, or anything you want for that matter. This not only means that you have to spend less time backtesting, but it also means that you'll significantly decrease the time it takes to develop a strategy. But let's jump back to our backtesting session. So let's go ahead and let this trade play out and see what happens. So this trade's actually chopping around quite a bit, so I'd feel better if I took some sort of partials here. So I'm just going to press the X here, and then I'm going to close 50% of this position and press confirm. Now you can see 50% of this position has been closed, and then I'm just going to press play and watch it play out. Now, because of the way this trade's acting, what I want to do is I want to come back and double check the lower time frame. What I'm going to do is come down to the bottom and use the jump to feature to rewind price to double check something on the lower time frame. Now I can see that I had some buildup of liquidity here, so I'm just going to mark this using my tool templates as liquidity below, and then I'm going to let price play out. And there you can see our price eventually reaches our profit target. So we've now spent some time doing our backtesting session, taking trades and collecting data. So as we come to the end of our backtesting session, you'll see this indicated at the top here with this little bar. But as I finish the session, you'll get this end of session summary. So you'll be able to see your initial balance, your net P&L in percent and dollars, number of trades you took, your trade win percentage, your average win to loss ratio per trade, and then you'll also be able to see the maximum drawdown that you went into during that session. Now from here, we can just press view detailed report. And then what that's automatically going to do is take us to the dashboard and we'll see all the stats from our backtesting session. So now that we've completed our backtesting session, we've filled in our tags, we've attached our playbooks, what's next? What do we do? So now it's time for the most important part, analyzing our results. So as you can see here on the dashboard for our backtesting session, we've been given a Zella score. We can see our trade win percentage, profit factor, day win percentage, average win to loss ratio as well. Then if we want to dive deeper into this, what we can also do is go back to the reports page, as I mentioned previously, and we can get into the nitty gritty of all of our stats from our session. So for example, I can dive into my average winning trade was $1,294, whilst my average losing trade was $252. I can look at my max consecutive winning days and my max consecutive losing days, my break-even days, and the amount of days that I also traded. I can also see my average drawdown. And as I mentioned before, if I come back over to the left over here, I can see the days that I'm most profitable. So for me, I can see Wednesday is the most profitable using this strategy. I can see the weeks of the year that I'm most profitable, the months, the trade times. So I can see here that 2 o'clock and 11 o'clock are the most profitable trade times for me. Then I can also see things like the trade duration. So how profitable I am holding trades over certain durations. So for me, quick scalps were probably the best on the 30-second time frame, and also trades between sort of 5 minutes to an hour are very good. And then if obviously backtesting multiple pairs, you can see the most profitable instrument, but in this case, we only backtested NQ and MES. You can also see how your position sizes affected your trading. So maybe putting on bigger positions actually caused you to lose more trades, or maybe those bigger positions actually made up for all of your money. And finally, as mentioned previously, you can also go into your tags. So for example, because I tagged my trades going through, I can see that a 15-minute demand zone is actually really bad for me, whereas a 5-minute area that I took my trades from ends up being the most profitable, and I actually ended up not losing a trade off that. And I can see on my entry time frames that the 1 minute and the 30-second were really profitable for me, but the 3-minute and the 5-minute weren't as much. I almost lost all my trades on the 5-minute time frame. So for this strategy, it obviously works better on the lower time frames. So now you know exactly why backtesting is so important, what problems it solves, and how to do it inside TradeZella. But the key to this is to actually apply it to your trading. So here's what I want you to do. Pick a strategy to start backtesting. Run at least 50 backtested trades with that, and then share your results in the TradeZella Discord. The Discord will be linked in the description so you can join. Now imagine how well you'd know your strategy if you didn't stop at 50 and went all out and backtested over 1,000 trades. You'd know everything about it, what the best hour was to trade that strategy, what time frames give you the best entries, and how it performs in all sorts of different market conditions. And at that point, you're no longer just trying out a strategy, you're mastering it. And then when you go into a live market, you'll execute with confidence, knowing that your edge is backed by proven data. Thank you for watching the ultimate guide to TradeZella backtesting. If this video helped, drop a like and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Happy trading!